Hi everyone, it's Ken from Whispering Souls. So I got a past loved one that kind of popped into me at supper time, and I've been kind of talking to him for the last little while, trying to figure out how everything's going. So I'm hoping I get everything correct for this. Um, and certainly, if this kind of meets 90% of what you know of him and that 10% doesn't, then it's probably because I didn't get the uh, information correctly. As well, just remember that they will show themselves in different ages. So this person, I don't know when he passed, but he's showing himself probably late 40s, early 50s. And it shows me kind of like standing inside of a workshop, and I see all the things on the wall that are in very precise locations, and it's like nothing's out of place. And certainly the table's all clean. So he's always somebody who's very, meticulous, or just like to have everything where it was, so he knew exactly when to get a tool. It looks more like a shed than a where you park a car. However, I'm not quite sure. It's like he's just showing me like just that spot. He's not showing me anything else of the shed or the or where you park a car. Jeez, I can't even remember what the name is. Anyway, so then he walks out of the I'm assuming it's a shed, and into the house. And the house itself is not very spectacular. It's just pretty much average what Canadians would have. Um, it's well decorated. I see his wife, and mentioned that his wife is also kind of meticulous. The shoes have to be off, and so that no dirt gets on the floor. But I feel there's a lot of happiness in this house, and certainly a lot of comfort. Um, it's almost like you can walk in this house and just sit on the couch, and just like ours, but just sit on the couch and just be very relaxed, and perhaps even fall asleep. Um, so, and again, I don't know how many kids were there. I see two kids come in, but they're fairly young, so these could be grandkids. Um, so they come and sit beside him, and he's just got his arms around them, and he's talking to them. And at one point, I see him reading a story, reading something to them, but being very happy in his house. Um, there was something like I think he had a wedding ring, but he took it off to do work. Because he shows me without a wedding ring, but then he mentions it's because I was working, and he takes the wedding ring off when he works. Um, but it seems to either have been misplaced, or I'm not sure what he's saying. Maybe somebody else has it. But anyway, he just says that because I asked him about the ring, he says it's not where it should be. But he wants everybody in the family to know that he is watching over them. He is, walking up and around the floor and making sure everybody's okay, and sleeping well. And he's hoping that everybody, moves into a much more positive way of letting him go. But he says, it's not true. He says, there's no such things of holding them back because of your emotion. He says, we go, but, we feel sorry for people who still have the emotions with us, but it doesn't tie us down. He chooses to be there. He's not tied down by the family. Anyway, just wants his family to wants his family to know that he's doing great. He passed over. Or it was a sudden, I'm pretty sure this seems to be a sudden death, and he says he passed over, and he's happy where he is. And now he's giving back the love that people gave him, and he's giving it back to him as they grow up and move towards their expiry date. So anyway, so everybody take care, and he'll talk to everybody tonight. Bye.